Okay, we got some more news here on the KZ650. Here's all the cams and everything. Everything's in pretty good shape. We'll replace the rubbers and stuff, I'm sure, but everything is good so far. This is your head. Your head was a little better than ours because our head had some stripped holes. However, we got this case apart and Hilo welded all this back in shape, made it nice again, and put a helicoil in here and built all this back up, welded it. So this is all the oil pan, cam cover. I'd like to talk to you about if you want anything polished or not. Now is the time. Like, we've got the breather cover, we've got the stator cover, the ignition cover, clutch cover. If you want to get that stuff polished, now's the time, or we can clean that stuff up nice and just use it as is. And as we were talking earlier, we had this motor here that was really good, has good starter clutch and a good starter. So we're going to use this everything here is like new still. So we're going to use this crankshaft and anything and everything to go to fix that motor. Some of your stuff is kind of torn up, and you can. Our stuff's just a lot better than yours. So anyway, we'll be using all the parts off this here. So we'll be talking to you soon. We got your KZ650 parts back. Looks like everything is pretty good. We had all this vapor blasted. We're going to clean this up a little bit, the mating surface a little bit. When they vapor blast them, you see all the imperfections, but this is nice. Actually, very nice. Okay. Next, we've got the cylinder. Looks good. Actually, looks really good. Valve cover, which is right here. Looks pretty good. Then we have the cylinder. Looks pretty good. One of the studs is not so nice. We might change that, we might not. See if we can dress it up. As you can see right here, it's a little nicked. Everything else looks pretty good. And then we have the engine cases. I don't see anything busted or gooned on the engine cases. They look pretty good. So we just thought we'd show you what we have here. This is actually nicer than a lot of the 900s and 1000s we do. Okay, here you go, and thanks a lot. Okay, Brian, here's your KZ650 motor. Hilo's got the bottom end done. Getting ready to proceed, do some more. So this is your engine cases with all of our internals. Cam chain is good. Crankshaft is good. Everything's looking good. Transmission's good. Everything. So we just kind of wanted to show you where we're at with it. So hopefully you like what you see. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. We had to order some rings for it that we didn't have. So anyway, this is your breather cover that comes off the crankcase breather. This is your oil cap. This is your clutch cover. We'll put another window in there for you, but that's your clutch cover. This is your dyno cover. And this is your points cover. This turned out super nice. These are really hard to find. And then these are your breather covers. Right here, this goes on the top of your rocker cover. Well, this is actually your rocker cover where your cams go. So we're looking pretty good, and we'll keep getting hold of you. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, we got some more information here on the bike. We kind of got pulled apart pretty good. It's freezing outside, so we're probably going to go to the car wash because all our stuff will freeze outside. But anyway, we're going to get you a new decal. Got a powder coat in the frame. The frame looks good. There's your swing arm. We'll powder coat that. Now, starting here at the footrest. This is the rear footrest. This one's gooned, and you can't just buy rubbers for them. This is kind of gooned. So we're going to see if I got the stuff new, because it'll save us a bunch of time. And then we'll get this replated. Now normally we don't do a whole lot of 650 stuff, mainly we're 900 based. So I'm going to send all your stuff out separately to get it plated. So we'll re-zinc this, probably this stuff. I may have the adjusting bolts in stock. So we're going to powder coat the upper clamp, the lower clamp. We're going to get you new steering bearings. We're going to get you this powder coated. We're going to powder coat these motor mounts. Now, this is one of the motor mounts, or the exhaust mounts that go in the back, right around in this ballpark right here. So, as you can see, this one here takes a nut, and this one did too, but not anymore. So we're going to see what's happening here. So anyway, that's not the end of the world. So if you come over here, these are the forks. The forks look good. There's nothing busted here, nothing. We're going to clean them up. Probably get you the new drain screw and a new seal that go here. We're going to get these all polished out. Now what I need to know from you ASAP, when we polish these out, I need to know if you want them like a buffed finish, or do you want like a mirror style finish? Now's the time to let us know. We're going to get you seals and stuff, of course. Okay, the next thing, your tires are kind of gooned from age and everything else. So I got a guy that's really good. I'm going to test the wheels to make sure everything is cool. And then we're going to put the new bearings in, and I got a guy that restore all this, make this like new. He's a magician. Okay. Then, if you come over here, we're starting to pull this apart. Your sprocket's really gooned. See how hooked it is? So what we're going to do is, I'm going to get you another sprocket. We're going to try, this is the stud that goes through the sprocket with this nut. I'm going to see what we have laying around. It's possible we may have these replated. I don't know. We'll fix you up either way. So what we're going to do here is we're probably going to polish this out and maybe polish this edge right here. I'm not sure. We'll make it look good. Then we'll put a new seal in it, new bearing. These are the brackets that held on your fairing. So, and that your fairing was missing the glass. I might have one of those fairings laying around with a new glass in it. Let me know if you want to put the fairing back on. Okay, then, you know, we're going to get all this replated and everything. So I'm going to get all this stuff done at once because I'll have it. The gauges, I'd probably let those go. These aren't really that bad. We can clean them up a little bit. If you want to get those fixed, it's, you know, make them restored. There's like another $600 or something. It can be done, but let's think about that one. Okay, now this is your rear backing plate. The shoes actually don't look too bad. I'm gonna get, we're gonna polish this out, probably just clean this up a little bit, and everything's moving like it should. So I think we're okay. Rear tire, I definitely changed that over because of the age and everything. We're gonna put the new bearings in it. We're gonna get all this polished out, cleaned up, and then one thing I just want to address, and this is not the end of the world. We're gonna clean this up before we send it to the polisher. This is a little bit rusty, but it's starting to, I don't feel any lines. And I think this is just kind of like dust. We thought that the paint job would be good enough. We'll go that route. And I'm going to go through the shocks. I think we can redo these shocks. These are made in Japan. These are pretty cool. And the springs aren't gooned. So I think we can restore the shock. They got plenty of dampening left in them. Actually, they're kind of stiff. But anyway, that's what you want. We'll go through this. We'll talk about the grips. I probably wouldn't put that cruise control on. That gets kind of dangerous, but it's up to you. And we're gonna clean up this rotor here. You know, this rotor, that caliper has been leaking. It's really greasy. But I think this is a cleanable item right here. So I don't think we need to do anything with that except clean it. Look how nice that is on the inside. So that's pretty nice. So, you know, I just kind of wanted to show you where we're at for right now. So Hilo's got your engine done on the bottom end. We like to put them in the frame. We like to finish the motor in the frame because the top end and everything is so heavy. So sometimes you gotta remove parts to get them in the frame without gooing them up. This is just our procedure. Plus we're getting older, motors are getting heavier, so we like to do it the easy way. All right, I just thought you might want to see this, and I hope you're getting excited because we are too. Got the motors about done. So here's your chassis stuff. So what we have here, frame is gorgeous. Swing arm's gorgeous. The battery box is gorgeous. Wonderful side stand. Motor mounts, handlebar mounts, upper and lower clamps. And this is the side that holds on your regulator stuff on the side of the motorcycle. Headlight part, other headlight part. So I just kind of want to show you where we're at. We're making progress. We got your lower legs for your forks polished out, kind of like a satin finish. Got your sprocket carrier done. We got your backing plate done. And you got the repainted the wheels, repolished the wheels. Nice stuff. Just thought we'd show you a little bit, and we're carrying on as we talk. We finally got all the stuff back because of that virus and all that stuff, and so now I think we're ready to roll. We got your frame. I couldn't get the new decal for the VIN number because the people that we deal with don't deal with motorcycles this new. So anyway, here's where we're at. You got your triple clamps, all powder coated, ready to go. You got a bunch of this stuff replated. Brake shaft, this is all replated. I mean, this is your used stuff. Nice. Swing arm axle. Lots of all the powder coated brackets and all that stuff. Then you got your totally gorgeous knockout wheels. And like I say, this is your old stuff. So of course we're going to put the spacer in with new bearings and seals. We got a box of goodies. We're going to clean up your rotor a little bit. This is all new stuff here for the forks. These are your bearings for the wheel over there. These are rear sprocket studs that are replated. Some are new, some are... I don't remember if we get you a new old stock or we got you... I'll have to figure this one out. Anyway, here's your wheel bearing spacer and stuff. We're going to clean this all up a little bit. This is your fork dampener rods. Then we're going to go through your brakes and all that. So we're going to make all this nice still. Kind of short-handed right now because of our health situation going on. Here's your fork seals. Okay, then this is the sprocket. Wasn't really good enough for your bike. This is new old stock, genuine Kawasaki, but I had it replated for you. This is a really hard to find sprocket too. I'm surprised. It seems like there's more parts available for the Z1s and stuff because there's so many of them out there. And then we got your brake arm for the rear wheel. That's all done. And then we got your footrest were kind of goons, so I had, this is for the rear, I had these in stock. Some stuff we cleaned up, some stuff we had replated. Your chain adjusters and stuff. Little bit of scratches on them, but I mean, they're replated and they're gonna be nice. We got a cable here for you. We're gonna come up with some replated stuff here. This is some of your old stuff here. New side stand spring. More wheel bearings. So what we're gonna do here on your meters, we're gonna clean these up, but we talked about rebuild them and he really didn't want to do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to clean these bottom cups up a little bit. They got some pitting, but they make a kit. And the kit that they make covers this gauge. It'll be chrome instead of black, but it'll be nice. And you get these bottoms new. I don't think we're gonna get the pits out of here, but we'll detail all this. And then we'll replace some of the rubbers here in the meters, because when you're sitting on the bike, see the slop? So we're gonna adjust all that. And you still have the genuine Kawasaki key. This is cool. So we're pretty much on our way. Hilo's gonna start working on it. We're gonna put a set of tires on it and stuff, just because of the age of your tires and everything. I forgot to throw this away. This is that part that you dropped off. I still have it, so I'll get rid of that today. But anyway, that must be for a lawnmower or something. So we got your motor stuff and stuff. The motor is basically ready to go. We got the motor underneath here, so it doesn't get too dusty. But a beautiful motor, beautiful. So what we're gonna do later on is we're gonna put the covers on it and stuff, but we won't assemble the top end until the motor's in the frame, because we're getting old and we can't handle that heavy stuff anymore. So that's the reasoning behind that. And we got the Spectro 10 weight fork oil. That'll be for you. And these will be the tires that we put on it. These are Kenda retroactive tires. These tires were made by Kenda, and they're the exact size that belong on the bike. Nothing wider, nothing narrower. This is a ticket. We run these on everything that we have, and we've had some really good luck. We've been running Kenda tires for every bit of 35, 36 years now. So we've had some good luck with them. So anyway, here's your tires, and we'll be going from there. Okay. Hey Brian, got a little bit more work done on your bike, and we got some small questions. We got the swing arm on it. We're using our shock bolts right here that we make. And you got all this brake rod on and stuff. This is all cool. The shaft is in. Now the genuine shocks are in good shape. The shafts are nice. He took these apart, cleaned up the springs nice. Bead blasted the tops and painted the bottoms and cleaned up all this chrome and stuff. So this is going to be nice. You can get aftermarket shocks a lot, but the genuine is always better if it's still good. This is good stuff. I'd love to sell you some aftermarket ones, but this is a far better thing. So and then up here we got your forks on and stuff. This is all our hardware and stuff. Now this is all temporarily hung. So if you have a preference on the grips, if you need something special, let me know. I mean, obviously we're not going to use these. And we're going to clean this all up here. We're going to leave the original handlebars on, the original wiring. We're going to go through your stuff. Now we used a lot of your old stuff. Just cleaned it up nice, you know. I like genuine parts. So this is all looking good. We'll clean up your harness and everything. Hilo's just brought me here some grips that are really, really cool, made by Avon, with these caps that go on the end of them. This is a nice setup. This is probably a good genuine style grip. I can get you the genuine grips, but they're getting kind of dear in price because they're getting hard to find. But this is a very popular choice of a lot of people. So let me know what you think about that. Getting your forks together. This is your polished lower legs. You're gonna clean up these right here, the caps. The top pieces are pretty nice shape, and this goes inside here. This is just the newer style. They came out with this like in '78. So anyway, here's this. Now you got some marks right here, but the tubes are actually still nice. You got nice tubes. So you're gonna have the new fork seals, and we've got your caps polished and everything. And these are new. We had these made. You got some marks right here on the tube, but that's where the triple clamp goes. So no one will ever see that, and that's just the way it is. This is nice quality stuff you got here. I would not buy anything new. This is cool. I've got the rear wheel on it, new tire, got the chain adjuster set up, ready to go. The swing arm, everything is all hooked up. The shocks really look good from where they're at now. Got our bolts. This is all replated stuff. This is actually your old brake lever, and we got it to come out this nice. This is pretty cool. Got the nice nipple here and swing arm. Lower legs are good. As I said before, the fork legs would be covered up by the bridge, so you don't have to worry about that. Worry about the marks on them. The bracket cleaned up great. Got new screws in the front here. We cleaned all this up. This is all replated stuff or new stuff, whatever we had. You got a few blemishes right here, but the paint's still shiny. We got a blemish right there, and this pinstripe here is coming off. You got a little mark here, but I think if you found a pinstriper, I'd probably get the pinstriping maybe redone here, but I'd probably leave this all go as is. It's only original paint once. And we got the replated bolt and the spring here and the nice nut and the axle, swing arm axle shaft. The new nuts and the sprocket studs and the sprocket, and this is all polished out here. This will look as new when it's done. I mean, it'll really look good. We still got to work on that exhaust. Now, I hung your exhaust up over here on the press a while back. And I never did anything with it yet. But we're gonna see what this looks like. We're gonna get this all cleaned off next week. See how it looks. And if it's kind of borderline, we can always change out some of the bolts. Change out some of these bolts. And as long as it's not road rash, that might be a good system because it crosses over like in the front. It's really, that was a cool scene. It's basically the same as a SR650 also. So I think you're gonna like it. These take a lot of time to do, but at least it's a roller now and it's looking pretty good. And we're gonna, of course, we're still gonna detail the handlebar stuff out and everything. But when you get these videos, let us know what you think on whatever input you have. I'm definitely like to listen and tell us what you think so far. We're trying to keep it as economy minded as we can. But I think it's looking good. The wheels turned out fantastic. Hilo cleaned up the brake rotor the best he could. It's got some scratches in it now from cleaning it up, but I think these will go away once you hit the brake a few times. And this is all painted nice on the inside. You know, this is all replated here. This is going to be a nice little bike. Got the motor in the frame. As you can see, every nut and bolt's perfect. You're going to have a one-of-a-kind motorcycle, that's for sure. So, got some fingerprints here and there, but that'll all go away. So, got all your rear brake stuff hooked up, ready to go. Every nut and bolt's perfect. Tires are mounted. This is just the vat of stuff that we dig out of when we put your stuff together. These are going to be the foot peg mounting studs. One part goes in the frame like this, and the other part, the bracket goes here, then you got a cap nut that goes over that. So, got a new O-ring chain on it. And here's this side of the motor. All this stuff was polished out. Nice project here. Here's the cylinder walls, everything. Everything's looking good. All cleaned up, ready to rock. We're putting pressure on the head to make sure that the base gasket seals and everything. Pretty cool stuff here. All the screws, like I said before, every nut and bolt is perfect on a motorcycle. As you can see, we got the rear fender on it now. You know, you got some scratches here a little bit, but man, I mean, it's only original paint once. Perhaps maybe someone can touch that up and maybe touch up the pinstripe as we talked earlier. We'll show you more body parts as we go. But you got the majority of the motor together. I'm holding this towel because we got to cover the motor back up. We don't get any dirt in there. But everything is really looking good. Really good. Here's the new grips that we're talking about, the Avon grips. Got this all cleaned up here, the perch. The nice genuine lever here. Nice bolts. Turnstiles are all cleaned up. It all just kind of takes a lot of time. You notice that it's missing something here, which is the cylinder head here. So we're gonna get it. This is what they call vapor blasting. This is the best you can do for them.
This is not his head.
So
his head is trouble.
we're gonna put this head on. This is a head that we had here. So we're gonna put this head on. As you can see, your switches have been, the housings are painted. So what we've got going on is this is the reason why we changed your head. It's all gooned out right here where the bearing goes for some reason. So we're not going to use this head. We did clean it up, but we're not going to use it. We discovered this going on too. So we're going to give you this head for it. And this head took a little different style valve cover because this one had breathers on the top. So we're going to put this cam cover on with this cylinder head. Then you can keep this for your mantle or whatever. My son can scrap it out for aluminum, whatever we want to do. So anyway, we just thought we'd show you why we do some of the things that we do. So if you got any questions, let us know. But this is all inclusive in the parts engine that we sold you for your motorcycle. Check out this beautiful KZ650. It's all starting to come together now. Got the head on it, got the cams timed. Got your all this cover polished out here. You can see a nice new window here. So we're getting ready to put her all together here. Probably another 2-3 days straight working on it, probably be done. So as we talked before, the paint's pretty cool and everything. Got your Vermont tag. Hasn't been on the road since '84. I think the road misses it. All right, well, we just thought I'd show it to you. Any thoughts, whatever, call me. Sometimes the motor takes longer than anything because it's so intricate and everything, but we're coming right along. We're moving into it, so I can't give you a time when we'll have it done, but I think we're not going to stop till we're done with it. The motor's completely done. We replaced a bunch of these bolts. This is all new stuff here. And the motor is done, ready to go. Got some new intakes on here, nice and soft. So this is all looking good. So we're done there. We got the gauges on. Got all this detailed, cleaned up, nice. Everything's working. We're ready for the master cylinder. This is all ready to rock here. The wiring's all done. Went through all the switches and everything. And we put these covers on. Remember your gauges were really nasty on the outside, so this is a cover that they make to cover up the grody looking gauges. All right, so you got these covers. These are your old ones here. Little tiny pitting, but not bad. Turn signals have little minor tiny pitting, but not bad. Got all the jet soaking and everything right here. We're gonna see how everything turns out. And here's your bowls and everything. Bowls are nice now. We have an ultrasonic cleaner that cleans them real nice. And then here's your front brake master cylinder rebuild kit. And then here's your front brake caliper rebuild kit. Then here's a bunch of stuff, you know, your old intake boots and everything. So anyway, there's your old parts there. So we're making it happen. I can't give you an exact time when it's going to be done, but I want to show you something else on the motorcycle. But just making a real quick walk around it. You'll see everything's pretty much intact where it should be, and how we like it, how you're going to like it. You're going to have a very nice KZ650. Very nice. Okay, Brian, here's your exhaust pipes. Gave them a pretty good cleanup so far. But I guess for an everyday rider, these exhausts would be pretty good. But this is the part that shows right here. You got pits, you got rust, and I mean, we could still clean them up more, but I don't think this is going to be good enough because you're going to have lots of pits on them and stuff. It'll never be nice. And we're missing the pipe here. Well, it looks like what happened was someone cut the pipe off right here and they put this bandage on here. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, we'd have to come up with the joint pipe. So we have to dig all this out and see how this is all attached. Because see, they did it on both sides. And I don't know if they've maybe brazed it on there or whatever. We didn't take the clamps off. I don't know what's under exactly. Now here's that one side of this pipe here. I mean, for an everyday rider, you know, maybe okay. But for your purposes, I don't know. I just don't know. And then we got to make sure we got the brackets also. We might have to come up with those. So what I've done is exhausts are really hard to find for this. I saw a couple of these systems on eBay for like $250 plus $100 shipping, but they're still used. What's nice is the pipes cross over like this in the front. They're really pretty cool, actually. I like the style, but I ordered a 4-in-1 header today for it called a Mac, and I hope I get it. The factory had 2 of them left in stock and they've been discontinued. It's black. It's a 4-in-1. It'll be here in a couple of days. We ordered it this afternoon. It's somewhere around $350-400. I'm just guessing. But my suggestion would be the 4-in-1 header. These could be cleaned up a little bit, but they got some dings in them. And like I say, we need that center pipe that goes between them right there. I don't know. It's up to you. But now's the time to put a header on it if you were thinking about doing it, because you're looking at some work here, and these are a lot better than what they were. Brian, hey, we're just about done with the bike. We're waiting on some petcock parts. So your fuel cap's a little bit gooned. We cannot find this gas cap anywhere. We've tried everywhere. It's discontinued. on and on and on and on and on. We're waiting on an adapter for a Pingle fuel valve like we use on the Z1s. So we're waiting for an adapter to come from Pingle still, so we should have that going pretty quick here. And then we'll go out and we'll test drive it a little bit. What do you think? You like it? Is it cool? I think it is. So anyway, here's the header, all the everything. This bike's nice. This is for the fuel valve and stuff here, but we'll hook it up later. Okay, so let's see if it starts first of all. There we go. Motor sounds good.
That grunt that Mac pipe has is cool. I rode one of these bikes before with that, and it's just either when you get the real bottom end or you get the top end, it goes, here, rev it up real quick. Right when it got to the top of that, you hear that weird sounding noise that sounds so good on the highway.
For the 18-year-old boy, it hurts. So anyway, here it is. We need to go out and test drive it a little bit. Figure out the bill and everything, but boy, this thing turned out nice. This is nice. So I hope you like it. The paint's not bad. Still got the little goon mark here. And a little one right there. But it's still nice and shiny. I don't know if you can find someone to fix it, a little detail man, that might be a good thing. But that's nice paint. Every nut and bolt's nice. Everything's nice. This is a nice bike. There's these Avon grips we put on. We got to go out and ride it. We're not ridden it yet because we need to do the fuel valve. But this is looking pretty good. We're going to hook up, we still need a speedo cable and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But probably got a couple more hours to go working on it. And when we get that adapter from Pingle, then we'll do that. This was actually harder to do than a 900 because the bike is so rare you can't find anything for it. But boy, it did turn out nice. It turned out real nice, I think. Nice, just like when you were a little boy had it. Nice bike. Well, any questions, comments, whatever, let us know. And we should have that adapter probably the middle of next week. This Corona thing's got everything kind of gooned up on getting you stuff and everything, but we'll see what happens. And if the weather's nice next week, we'll go out and ride it. It's been kind of cold here lately. Okay, and there's the guy that built the bike. Okay, Brian, got your motorcycle done. We put about 69 miles on it. It runs really nice, sounds strong. As you can see, it's the Kenda tires we put on it, and we redid your forks and polished the lower legs and redid the wheels. We kept the original paint, which I think is pretty cool. Put some nice gauge covers on it, rebuilt the brakes, put a nice set of Avon grips on it, cleaned out your gas tank, totally rebuilt the motor. Got a new Kenda tire in the rear, put a bunch of replated parts on it. I got a little bit of dirt on it because I've been riding it. But what a nice, this turned out nice. We've got some issues with the paint and stuff, where you had the dings and stuff, but I might try to find a touch-up guy, maybe just to touch it up. The key lock was gooned on it, so it's hard to find these gas caps. I don't know why, but I couldn't find one. It only fits the tanks that are sloped like this, which would be like a KZ400 and a KZ650 SR, stuff like that. Got a little goon mark here in the seat, but that's not too bad. We got a header on it. It's a Mac pipe. We redid your shocks. This is a good looking bike. Polished out the rear brakes. It needs a little cleanup still because we've been riding it, obviously, but boy, what a nice piece. So I'm going to fire it up for you here. You can hear it run. Runs good, doesn't leak, doesn't smoke, and I'm going to take her up the driveway here in a second. Beep, beep. Working? Yeah. High, low, and green. Some fun with this one. Bike runs great. Gotta make sure you turn the gas off and on. I forgot to turn the gas on. So if you got any questions, if there's anything you don't like about it, please call us right away. We'll be sending this to you shortly. Thanks. out on that one. Still got the Vermont tag on it.
Right, nice.
Wait till you take it out on a nice country road and open it up. You'll be surprised.
Oh, this is great.
My wife loves it. We like original paint bikes.
Yeah, they are rare, aren't they, at this age?
Oh man. You can figure the bike's 40 years old already.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And then always make sure you get the gas off.
Yep.
Like I say, these are a little on the funky side to start. I never had good luck starting a 650 in my life. But you know, you gotta just kind of baby it once it's going.
Yep. I like the grips. You know, it's surprisingly pretty comfortable to sit on. I like the way it sits. It's